Why is data analysis so important? Only a person who is able to read data will be able to interpret the right information. So data is raw, information is processed data. डेटा को समझना इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि उसके बेसिस पे स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई जा सकती है, करेक्शन मेजर्स लिए जा सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन डू वंडर्स. तो डेटा की समझ एरिया सेल्स मैनेजर को होनी चाहिए और ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड यू नो मच trust is given on data analysis, where company normally trains and educates the area sales manager to develop the acumen of reading and understanding data. सबसे पहले data are of two types. One is called quantitative data, another is called qualitative data. Quantitative data का मतलब होता है something that can be measured, something that can be quantified. हम जिस पे नंबर्स दे सकते हैं, जिसको मेजर कर सकते हैं, उसको हम कहते हैं क्वांटिटेटिव डेटा. क्वांटिटेटिव डेटा इज अगेन classified into two parts. The first one is internal companies data. What is internal companies data? The data which is collected by the field force, such as salesperson of the company, who presents different kind of information in reports by means of data like customer, salesman, product line, time period, degrowth, growing trend. All of these are basically the data which is captured by the front field force and is feeded into the company management information system. Now, when a salesperson is tracking his own daily performance, like outlets build, SKUs build, non-build outlets, customer, qualifying for biggest schemes. So when these kind of data are captured, it enables two good things, or it becomes very important, and it is useful in two ways. Number one, benchmark a geography's performance vis-a-vis similar looking commercial geographies to identify where the growth is either leading or lagging. इसका मतलब क्या है? इंटरनल कंपनी के डेटा को अगर प्रॉपरली रीड करी जाए तो इट विल हेल्प to do a benchmarking in a geography's performance versus similar looking geography in order to understand why there is a growth or why there is a degrowth in business. सब कुछ सेम है geography में, demography, log, personas, everything is look alike. But why in one geography the sale is going humongously high and another it is falling, or vice versa? तो ये बेंचमार्क करने के लिए बहुत अच्छा एक रिसोर्स है. इट हेल्प्स in doing these kind of benchmarking. Number two, drive sales on issues to figure out exact nature of business problem. What is this? This means that basis data, area sales manager can exactly dive into the data and extract the real problem which is there in the business. Or for that matter, anyone within the management can look at the data and read out what exactly is the business problem. So this is why data analysis is very important, and basis internal company data, it can easily solve some problems which is otherwise very difficult to ascertain. आगे बढ़ते हैं. The next one is external data. External data is basically the data which is generated by the external agencies like Nielsen. These market research agencies, tracks the offtake of product from the shelf, inventory, what is available inside the store, and they do not go all the outlets. They just do the random sampling of these outlets to understand how the product movement is happening, what is the kind of presence of stocks within the store. So basis these sample study, they can easily populate the entire universe as in maximum number of population can be ascertained basis these kind of sample studies. Now, once this data are collected from these stores, it can be extrapolated, meaning it can be extracted to understand the market share for the company, for the brand, or for the product category. The category growth, as in how much is the pace or speed with which it is growing or degrowing. What is the brand growth? It can be, even fine tuned, and deeper analysis can be done basis different geographies, different time zones, or different types of channel, whether it is GT, modern trade, e-commerce, or the alternate channels. So external data is very, very helpful in order to extrapolate different parameters on which you want to focus your study on. So the data can be pretty useful to diagnose and deep dive any commercial problem and find answers like brand offtake, whether is increasing faster or slower than the category as a whole. Do the stores have enough inventory to be able to meet the speed of product offtake from A outlet, or B category outlet, or C classification outlets? And also very important, if the category has any kind of seasonality trend wherein the product will sell more in winter and will fall in summer, or vice versa. So seasonality of product can also be very well ascertained basis these kind of studies. Now, the second type of data is qualitative data. Qualitative data means it does not have a specific or measurable, or it cannot be quantified. It is completely basis feedback. Supposing the area sales manager wants to know how a distributor is working in the market. Very simply, in terms of qualitative data collection, the ASM can go to different set of outlets and take feedback about the distributor, as in the distributor is good or is not up to the mark. Similarly, if the ASM wants to take the feedback on the salesperson, he can go to the different distributors where the salespersons are tagged, or can go to the retail outlet and directly try to find out if they are regular, if their communication is good, or whatever. So qualitative data means just to take the feedback and extrapolate the kind of information that can be derived. So qualitative data is necessarily relationship oriented. It is very important, in order to understand how the strategy making can be done, because there are many people involved in, the distribution channel. So what exactly is the people difficulty that can be sorted or can be solved basis feedback way of collecting data and then working on the same. So this is the second type, qualitative. I would want you to pay attention so that little data analysis or data reading exposure can be grasped. The table, if you see here, and if I am to pose you a question, how many TSIs are working in this? Supposing this is a team, so under the ASM, how many TSIs are working? Well, at once, I'm sure none of you would be able to make out and give me the answer. So I give 30 seconds. All of you can quickly look at the table and then give me the answer. Or rather, just think the answer in your mind and match with mine. Right? So meanwhile you're thinking, let me also tell you what other parameters are given in this table. It is distributors, number of general trade salesmen, number of wholesale salesmen, GT outlets, wholesale outlets, key accounts outlet, metro cash and carry outlets, revenue per month. Right? So now coming back onto the question, there are 8 TSIs. This is 1 TSI, this is 2 TSI, this is 3 TSI, 4 TSI, 5, 6, 7, and here is the 8th one. So there are total of 8 TSIs. Next, if we look here, this Metro Cash and Carry has got one TSI and one salesperson. In key accounts, there is 20 in South and East, and there is 20 in North and West. So this TSI has got 20, this TSI has got 20. So let us now look at another interpretation. Which territory will have maximum revenue per salesperson wise? So all that you have to do is divide each of the territory with the revenue divided by this and plus this. So this plus this, 18 plus 6, summation जो भी आएगा 2 crores divided by that summation. Likewise, it needs to be done for all of the different TSIs. Similarly, which territory will give maximum revenue outlet wise, or per outlet सबसे ज़्यादा revenue किसकी है? So what you have to do is, for example, this is 4 crores. So 4 crores divided by summation of this plus this. It is as simple as that. Let us see some assumption and inferences that we can take out. The first assumption is GT salesmen will have 6 beat in a week. Yani ki every day of a week from Monday to Saturday. So how many working days are there? There are 6 working days. So 6 working days will have 1 beat per day and 30 outlets per beat, which means per beat per day 30 outlets. So 30 into 6 is the total number of outlets to be covered. So it is 180 outlets. This is 180 outlets. Next, wholesale salesmen will have 3 unique beat in a week and cover 60 wholesale outlets in a week. It says wholesale salesmen will have 3 unique beat. 3 unique beat means only 3 beats in a week. Yani ki it covers 60 wholesale outlets in a week. Right? This is a dynamic and can be calculated basis number of minutes spent on an average wholesale outlets with an assumption 6 hours of market time by a salesperson. Right? The third assumption is GT universe consists of self-service store and modern trade stores which are not big and not part of key accounts universe. So these are the assumptions, and basis that assumption there are some inferences from the table. First one is total 8 TSIs are reporting into Delhi ASM. So this is Delhi territory, this Delhi territory, and there are 1 से लेकर के 8 TSIs. Next, total GT outlet 19440. How is this calculated? Total wholesale outlets is equal to 2160. Key accounts is 40 and metro is 10. So total GT outlet is this one. This is the figure which is referred as 19440. Then next one is 2160. This is the summation of 2160 for wholesale outlets. Key accounts is how much? 40 and metro cash and carry is only 10. So these are the number of outlets in totality. Delhi Central is doing highest number of revenue per outlet. If we look here, Delhi Central is this 4 crores divided by 3240 plus 360. So that will give you the answer that the total maximum revenue per month per outlet is in the territory of Delhi Central. And the last point is Delhi South Territory doing highest revenue and has TSI 5 distributors with 54 outlets. So maybe because of 5,400 outlets, maximum number of outlets needs to be visited by the TSI of South Delhi territory. So if we see here, this is South Delhi territory. So if we look at 5 crores, and if we look at the number of outlets is maximum here, even this. So this is only 5 distributor with 30 GT salesmen and 10 wholesale salesperson. So here the maximum number of outlets to be visited in a territory would be by the Delhi. So this is pretty much that I wanted you all to pay attention to the data, and basis this data we can analyze and understand some meaningful information as which we did just now.